Right. Motherhood Sex Marijuana.com. New logo, new things. Don't forget to come and check us out at Motherhood Sex Marijuana.com. Go to our featured products. Yes, check out our $20 one click called A Valentine to My Body. Make sure you get yourself a copy of that book. And of course, to continue to support us, go to shop.spreadshirt.com/MSM gear. New things, new logo, new things to come through and support. Motherhood Sex Marijuana.com. I am Kai Storm. This is season 3. Be in the building, G.
All praise be the king, that be me, then he be. When I walk up on the scene, drop a rose, kiss the ring. I be dripping on my clothes, I got money in my jeans. I got bitches lining up, I got niggas taking these. If I go to smoke a blunt, I'm smoking it by the tree. If I go to eat lunch, then my niggas gotta eat. Ain't no bitches in the front, that's reserved for the queen. I ain't even got a cup, cause she know what it be. Ain't got no time for gabbing, that you talking king space. You can get it for the half, I cop the whole thing. Once I add up all the math, I go buy me gold things. I rock my own fab, that go with my 90s. I only deal with cash, no ass, no EBT, girl. There's no guarantees, but that haters and taxes. So we can't match unless you tryna stack some. We can hit a lick, invest, or go and flip some. It's the Royals.
Gifted, fam, the royalty, don't get it twisted. I bring life supreme queen up on any scene. Self-made, investing in knowledge of self-love. True peace, know my purpose by any means. Your demons can't even elevate to reach me. I'm inclined, I'm highly favored, blessed. Ascending from the bottom to top shelf, man, you know the rest. Double-fisted fingers round them like the other, snatching green. Maybe in your hood, purchase property, run an Airbnb. Put some rounds up on a passive stream. Take my children on a all-pay luxury. Now, my son, the true star, let my legacy rate free. We pay us all reparations for the royal fees. If you want smoke, go and get some trees. Light and put it in the air like a prayer to the Almighty. This that royal smoke.
Living legendary, feel like royalty. Hold like nigga, why you great? It's in my DNA. Why all your niggas hate? I feel it every day. Why all your niggas fake? You feel like Minute Maid. And I ain't running for no love. I tell them drugs I'm not afraid. I got a fucked up trouble past, so I don't like running neck. I was ducking LAPD, had me jumping no fence. I was hanging with them heathens. I was labeled as a mess. With that fat, murder on my mouth. Need it going wild. I've been up all night. Need to take a break. The way I'm feeling fine. He said I need to stop, but I take so no, he not no friend of mine. Just got kicked for other vibe. Shit, you know how I do it. Niggas ain't money moving. Shit. Niggas ain't joking. Shit. 45 cuts, you stupid. Shoot, she call me cute. She know I'm killer, she said she knew it. I'm more than a killer, I'm smart and prove it. Yeah. Ayy. What?
A new year, right? We are like 2022, yeah, like what they do. We doing all that. But most are still mad at last year. Let it go. Let it go. That deal that didn't go through last year, let it go. It's happening this year. That mama and that daddy trauma that you was trying to fix last year, let it go. It's going to work out this year. You're walking in your $1 million year this year. You don't need no distractions. You're going to get peace this year. You're going to have joy this year. You're going to have love this year. You're going to be happy this year. That you are the head and not the tail. That you are above and not beneath. That you are a leader, not a follower. Everything that you ask in God for is going to happen this year.
Finally. Leslie, what's going on? Motherhood Sex Marijuana in the building.
Hey.
Hey,
Hope
girl.
you guys can hear me. You guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Ruby's still running a little late, but we can hear you. You know what I'm saying? Definitely turn on your camera and shit.
True, I'm over here like saying hi. And
Oh, yay, look at you. And yes, she got on her shirt. That's right. Let's get it, girl. That's right. How you doing today? Motherhood Sex Marijuana in the building.
I'm doing good. I'm actually drinking beer right now.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's a Mexican beer which has tomato juice in it.
Oh, nice. Nice. Shit. Whatever we drink, whatever we shit. And you know we not right now. We smoking. And there go Ruby in the building. Yes. Look at our girl wearing her shirt.
Oh my gosh. Hey Queens, what's up with y'all?
What's going on?
What's up? What is up? I love all the gear. I love everything, all the vibes and everything. I kind of heard a little bit about juicing. Y'all juicing this morning?
No, she's drinking a beer with some I think she says tomato juice in it.
Ooh.
I don't know if
sounds
you guys
delicious.
Heard, it's called michelada.
Like I love micheladas.
So
with all of that good chili on it.
Yeah.
I'm sipping on some water here, watermelon, mighty water. You know, and so excited.
Good.
What is up? You look amazing in that shirt, by the way, Queen.
Thank you. I like the yellow, honestly. It's super nice.
Yeah, girl. I make sure. Shoot, every time we gonna send you something, it's always gonna be something cute. Best believe.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Leslie, for repping the brand so well. How did you discover the podcast and this whole thing?
I mean, honestly, it was by the job listing that you guys had. I was looking into brand ambassador stuff because I heard like that's a big thing and stuff like that. And then I saw what you guys were offering and stuff. I was like, I can do that. I can do all that. Like I'm really good at repping what I gotta rep and stuff like that. And I support this. I'm a mother. We having sex and marijuana. We smoking marijuana.
Yes, indeed.
It sounds like you're doing good.
Yes, indeed.
That's basically my life. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yes. And tell us all about your life. That's what this episode is all about. Us getting to know you and you to get to know us. So yes, you are mother. How many kids? What's going on with your life, honey?
I have one daughter. She is 1.5 right now. And I don't know what else to say. Just I like smoking since I've been 13. Now I'm 21. I just turned 21 in November.
Oh, so now you're doing it legally.
Happy birthday, girl.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Let me find out you just joined the grown woman crew. Okay.
Well, at least she can buy alcohol. Legally.
Right.
But then again, what does that matter, right?
And I was like, I need this. It's so good. And
that's beautiful. Hey, Leslie, where do you live?
Right now, I'm in Florida.
Okay. And Kai just told me that you have an aunt who is the creator of the Sensei. Is it Sensei or Sensei?
She's my mother-in-law.
Your mother-in-law.
Oh,
wow.
I thought she was your aunt. Okay.
Sensei magazine.
Wow, that's freaking awesome. So
she's all about that too. And she's here right now. I don't know if you guys want to talk to her too, but she has a lot to say about that. She has a magazine coming this March that's gonna be published.
Yes, because I saw because I went to the website and I saw that the last issue was in October. So I was wondering when you know, when is going to be her next issue. And on top of that, we did actually schedule to talk to her next week. But if she want to come through and say a quick hello, I mean, shit, we could come.
We would love that too.
We love the whole
My
thing.
husband's
Just the
gonna go
fact
tell
that
her
she's
she
like
wants to.
attached to you and all of that.
Yeah,
This is
we just got
fascinating.
home from making this too, and I was trying to log in while I was trying to make this and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my goodness, today is such a beautiful day here in Florida. I don't know if you guys see.
I see you got a t-shirt on and you outside, so obviously you warm. We don't
The vibes.
we ain't got
You
that
know the
privilege
vibes.
right now.
Man, I would love to see Florida. Never been there. I heard it's humid. I know there's a lot of
humid.
Yeah, there's a lot of Spanish population. Do you speak Espanol?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And what
Yes.
is what is your cultural background?
Mexican and native Mexican. I was
All
born
right,
in
wow.
Mexico.
Dope.
I came here to actually I'm like I want to say Oklahoma is my hometown because I lived there for 20 years until I moved here. I've only been living here for a couple months here in Florida. But Oklahoma, that's where it recently legalized like weed and everything like that. So coming to Florida, still not legal yet, which sucks because a lot of people would be coming over here if it was legalized. If it was easier to get bud here, it would be so much nicer, but super expensive right now. Super
You know,
expensive.
we share that sentiment where we feel that it's the justice system isn't doing a good job when people in Seattle can walk right down the street, buy some weed, and other people who live in the US don't have that privilege. We actually shout out to the orproject.com, ORE project, because their mission is not only to expunge these ridiculous marijuana charges for people of color like us specifically, they also want to help people transition after years of whatever serving your time in this system, this corrupt system. How do we get you back into civilization, into, you know, getting a job, finding housing, doing what you want, maybe pursuing a business.
Having that is just hard for them, really hard. And they don't deserve that. A lot of the other states are smoking, you know what I'm saying? The ones that are legal. Why just specifically that state, which everywhere around? We're supposed to be United States. That's what we're supposed to do.
I mean, you're right about that. And so it's just, there's just this really huge issue that's going on that's affecting individuals, families across the globe. And so we, in our way, are teaming up with other entities that are about the cause. So I love that you're well versed in terms of, you know, how cannabis, you know, is really good for us and how we should be celebrating it rather than, you know, having this irrational stigma on it. You said you started smoking at 13.
Yes,
what is your
exposed to it?
Okay, and then would you consider yourself a habitual smoker where you have to smoke every day?
I feel like, honestly, I mean, I do smoke every day.
Exactly.
So
yeah, you're a daily smoker like us. Some people, you know, dabble in it here and there. We just kind of wanted to know how frequent you are with it. And what's your preferred way to smoke?
My preferred way to smoke is with bongs if I don't have joints.
Nice.
And since it saves so much weed, I've noticed compared to, you know, when you like roll up a blunt, you need like a gram or a gram and a half and stuff.
Well,
but when you
girl,
smoke,
damn, you rolling like that?
You're rolling them fat ass Cuban cigars. That's what that sound like.
Hot.
I mean,
you
when
rolling
you're
like
doing
that?
it, it's different. I haven't really been smoking blunts lately because I'm mostly with the, what's it called? I like natural, more like of a natural way. So I like doing a lot of hemp wrap.
Awesome. Good for you. You know what, Queen? I love that you said that. For those that know me, you know what my preferred way to smoke is. Same with my sister Kai right there. But if I had to choose not to, I would. You know, I just love me some blunts. That's just what I like. And there's no other feeling quite like it. Yes, it takes up a lot of weed, but
Yeah.
your girl works very hard to maintain that habit.
Right.
To each his own, for sure. And
Yes.
you looking fly as fuck over there, Kai.
Well,
Are you
thank
going
you,
on
baby.
a
Yup.
You know,
It
I
was
be-
like she
I
having
be
the time
trying
of
to
her
make
life
sure
over
it
there.
come through and represent. But baby, let me tell you, from the cheap side of the weed smoker, I'm gonna tell you right now, you ain't gotta put a whole gram in a motherfucking blunt. You know what
No,
I'm
you
saying?
don't,
'Cause
baby.
best believe if you got that good, if you got that good, you could roll a decent blunt.
0.5,
Plural.
0.7
And
around
you know
there.
what I'm saying? By the second, second, third blunt, you fucked up in the game. You fucked up in the game. But yes, honey. Yes, hello. Is that Diane?
Yeah.
Hi, Diane. What's
Oh,
up? You don't know me, but I know you, girl.
Oh, well, thank you, Art. Nice to meet
Yes,
you.
honey. Thank you for being on the show. Yes, we are here talking to Leslie, and of course, we are also here talking to Diane, who is part of Sensei magazine. Yes, and we're gonna get through get up in that next year. But what we talking to Leslie about, since we all here as ladies, let's talk some sex real quick. I mean, what do we call incredible sex? Do we need? I mean, what is incredible sex to us? Do we need a big dick? Do we need to get licked? I'm just saying. Let's
I feel like it just
talk
matters as long as you
details.
orgasm.
Usually
Yeah,
it'd be Ruby to jump in and
Hey,
do all
I
this.
like
but
that.
It's my turn to
Right.
jump in and get it popping.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, what a treat. So you guys both live in Florida right now, right?
Yes.
And
Yeah, I'm in Florida right now. I'll head back to Oklahoma here in a few days.
okay. And are you both married?
I'm not married.
Okay. All right. Now, we're big advocates, speaking about sex,
Yes.
whether you're married
We're
or
not
not.
gonna ignore my question.
Yeah, no, we ain't, queen. Once, whether you're married or not, whether you're attached or not, whatever, we are responsible for our own orgasms, as
Indeed.
Leslie put out. I'm very much on that sentiment where it's like, I don't care. I just want to come. Like, there's not any particular sex move that I feel that qualifies someone to be a better fuck than another. I've had very big dicks, very small dicks, and or penis, excuse me, or the lingam, I should say. I'm trying to have more respect for the anatomy of the male anatomy.
I mean, I guess.
And so, you know, there was that debate too, right? We can talk about all these different things, but I committed to myself a long time ago, before I even got married, that I am responsible for my orgasms. And so with that said, I tend to travel with a glass dildo. Do you guys have any sex toys that you like?
I haven't tried any sex toys, honestly.
Oh, girl.
I haven't
girl.
even
She did say she's
experimented
21,
yet.
so she did say she was 21 just now. So yeah, I believe her.
Oh my goodness.
To each his own. Some people don't prefer. I don't prefer sex toys all the time, but I do love them when they have a specific purpose and they serve it. Yeah, I like that. So we're gonna hook you up, Leslie. And I'm just gonna have to ask a couple of questions before that, because not everything works for everybody.
Yeah.
First of all, do you prefer clitoral or G-spot stimulation, or both?
Look at her face. Look at her face.
I guess
Look at her face.
I know. I'm gonna okay.
She's like, wait a
Mom's
minute.
like, okay.
I know y'all was gonna ask all about my business like that. Wait a minute.
Right?
We
I'm
don't
just
drill.
I
like,
want to
We
talk
don't
about
get
my
into
business
mom's
like that.
too.
That's what her face say. Look. She took a big gulp. She took a big gulp.
yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't know. As long as that everything feels good and everything like that, it's all good.
Well, I mean, that's a
maybe
general
both.
statement for sure. And you're right. You're not wrong. I think it didn't take me until I think I was in my 30s when I really, pardon me, started to know my body. And it's, for some people, they might learn it very young, they might have that. But no, I wasn't even comfortable in my own skin. And so I wasn't having as many orgasms as I maybe could have if I was as comfortable with my body, is what I noticed for myself. So Are there any subject matters that you don't want to discuss? By the way, Leslie.
No, I'm open to everything. Let me just get in the car.
Okay. I'm in my car too, Mama.
Yeah.
My
No,
kids
honestly,
can't be a part of everything.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I haven't experimented as much since I recently got married and stuff. And since the sex is good, I don't really need anything else. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it is, like, right now in my life. But I wouldn't mind experiment to get more, I guess, more out of it, because sometimes it is hard for males to understand our anatomy. I mean, I still kind of am trying to understand my anatomy. And there, I know what I like, but I'm not like 100%. Okay, this is specifically what I like. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what it is. You actually gotta try things out, and because you're young, you know what I mean. I expect that, you know what I mean, that you have an open relationship, not an open relationship, but at least open conversations with your partner in order to discuss, you know, things that, you know, you might want to try in order to, you know, explore what you like and what because honestly, those are the things that will help your marriage to continue. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Based on, because you know what I'm saying? Because
sex matters, y'all.
like how they say, you know what I mean? If he start liking something and you don't know about it, and the next chick know how to do it, you feel me? You feel me?
Right?
You feel
Yeah,
me?
exactly. We always want to improve our sex life, not just keep it average.
Indeed.
I agree completely. As far as motherhood too, since this is just an all-encompassing conversation, how has motherhood changed after you, or has sex changed after you had the baby?
Yeah, that's a really big question, because honestly, I feel like before I had my baby, it was so much better. Because now that I'm in birth control, I don't be like wanting sex like that, I guess I have to say. Because compared to the male hormone to the woman's hormone with birth control, it like alternates all that stuff.
Right.
So I feel like back then I used to be more sexual with my partner than I am now, because I think more about her. I think about her, and then I'm just, with his birth control, I'm mostly in my period all the time. I have the one that's the next one on.
Oh, girl, you going at it hardcore, yo.
Oh, you dead ass don't want to have no more kids right now. I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Definitely.
And you know what?
After having my first one, I'm like, not for a while
Was the
now.
experience that bad? Let's go into that.
No, actually, it wasn't bad. It's the fact that babies are a handful on, like, being a newborn and all that stuff. Like,
we have an idea.
We know, girl. We know, girl.
I wasn't thinking about sex when I had my newborn. You know what I'm saying? And with all that stuff, I was like, I don't want a baby anytime soon. So that's why I got into birth control and all that stuff. And then with that, it kind of like changed my sex life, because birth control tries to control your mind a lot, definitely.
It affects the hormones. For everybody.
Really bad.
And for some cases,
change it too, because having my period like twice a month is just
No, girl, yeah,
girl.
On some real shit. You should look into that if you're having your period twice a month. That's a deterrent. I mean, I get it. You don't want to have no more kids, but you shouldn't be having your period twice a month.
No, queen, no.
That's something wrong.
Once is enough.
Yes.
Yes.
That's true. And girl, I'm at the age where I'm waiting for that bitch to go the fuck away, periodly. Like, permanently. Don't visit me no more.
Only came for 3 days. It was just 3 days long. Like, the fourth day I was out, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have, like, no more bleeding or anything going on. So then with this, sometimes it'd be lasting 2 weeks. It'd be, it'd be horrible.
I fucking hate birth control. It's to each his own. Like, don't judge me, but it's like, I see how it fucked with my own hormones.
Right.
I know they haven't perfected the recipe, just like they haven't perfected plastic surgery, unfortunately. But it's like, I don't know. I'm not pro but I'm interested in hearing the perspectives of my sisters that are, you know what I mean? Why do you choose birth control in that sense? Or what other holistic methods, if anything, rather than just abstinence, obviously, would help? You know, I don't know. Maybe that's a question for whoever is listening to this that may know more on that subject matter. Maybe you could bless us and even come on here and talk about that shit, because I would love to know how people are successfully achieving birth control without harming their bodies.
I mean, I think it depends on also just the woman in itself, because like I discovered when I was trying to get pregnant, I discovered that, you know, other women, you know what I mean, because pregnancy and that whole thing is just different for every woman, you know what I mean? So you can't judge based on everybody else's experience, you know what I mean? You got to go with whatever's going on with you.
Right.
And you know,
I hope
and
you
at
do
this
find
point,
something
you know,
with that.
based on the fact that, you know, your baby is really young, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely okay to feel like, nah, I do not want to do this again, at least not anytime soon until I get used to this one. You know what I mean?
Right.
But at the same time, you also got to find something that works for your body, and having a period twice a month it's not supposed to happen. So you gotta.
That's why if I ever go back to Oklahoma, because that's where I got it, and they told me here in Florida I can't take it out unless I pay $320.
Oh wow!
That's crazy. Lord. And then Oklahoma told me I just have to keep it for a year, and if it still keeps on happening about my period and all that stuff, I can go get it removed for free at WIC. And I was like, I'm gonna just go do that, cause
do what you have to do. And don't you dare feel bad about it.
On that? Is there a time period on that wait?
What was that?
Is there a time period on the wait to get it done at WIC?
Over there in Oklahoma, I believe not. I just have to make the appointment once I am there, and they normally use the wait. Normally it's like a couple of days and stuff. It really just depends on the doctor's schedule and stuff like that. But whenever I first got it, it was already in my 6-week appointment. You know what I'm saying? Because right there and then, you're like the most fertile, and they're trying to put you on some type of birth control. And then I was going to do pills, but then they like suggest me to do either this one or the IUD. But I didn't want to do that one because I heard horrible stories about that one.
Right.
And stuff like that. So I was just like, I would just do this one, and then it's just bad side effects. Honestly, like sometimes it does mess up with how I'm like in a mood or not. When I'm smoking, the only thing that like you can tell that my mood changed to be uplifted. I'll be all grouchy until I smoke, and then I'll be all happy and everything like that. You know, like all lift in mood. I just elevated and everything like that. And then my husband even says like, you know, you gotta take that out. But then I was like, I'm not trying to have a baby anytime soon. So I think I'm gonna just switch back to pills since I'm not as fertile as I used to be. Like compared like the 6 weeks when you just had a baby and stuff like that. So I think I'm gonna switch to that.
Yeah, well, definitely. No matter what you switch to, do extensive research on whatever the hell you switch to, because based on the fact that in these C19 streets, they created some fuck shit to put in your system to call yourself free from the Rona. That right there. And then when you look at the commercials, no matter what commercial they talking about, they could be talking about somebody having headaches and they could take this pill and yet their hair is falling out. They could have a heart attack and die, but your hair is going to be intact. So you really got to do research on anything you put inside your body when it comes to the pharmaceutical motherfuckers, because all they
don't care
is popping you with pills and keeping you on the pills and making you pay ridiculous money for those pills. So definitely do some research before you go to whatever you need to go to.
No, definitely. Once I check it out, I think I'm gonna first do my research and see what I want. If I can find something like natural, what the body does not reject, because my body's rejecting this. If it wasn't rejecting it, my period would be normal. It's not normal. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
like we're basically experiments for this birth control. Like they even told me there's not 100% research of it, but they give you all this list of all these side effects that can affect your fertility rate and all this other stuff, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But then some people don't even have the option. You know what I'm saying? Like they just can't be having babies all the time. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my reason to use it, just like no babies. But other than that, it's not even worth it if I'm gonna be having my period like this. You know what I'm saying?
Well, health is wealth. Number one, you're important. Your life is important. So it's just, or your health, how you feel. If it's affecting you in any way, it should be questioned.
Right?
You know. And speaking of sex drive, because I don't ever know how it feels to have no sex drive. I'm always horny.
Oh my goodness,
It's ridiculous. That's why I have to take care of myself, because I'm not gonna always have somebody with me all the time.
Yeah.
But hey, I got my glass piece, right? But as
Right?
far as like your situation and you being married and everything, do you give a lot of oral sex to compensate for not wanting to do physical sex?
I feel like sometimes yes, because sometimes I literally like I feel bad for him too, because before me and him had a baby, I was the one wanting to have sex all the time. Like I was the one really, you know. My husband actually was a virgin before we got together. I wasn't. I wasn't experienced.
Really?
He wasn't. Yeah, surprisingly.
Freaky Leslie.
You pulled in a virgin? Girl, let's applaud her for that.
She got top grade.
That's
right
from nice. That's from real good.
Exactly. It's awesome, honestly, because honestly, after that, knowing how I used to be, and then him being used to that, and then after my baby and everything, it really did put a toll in our sex life, because I was just like, oh, I don't want some, you know. But whenever I do try to please my husband, because he likes that, you know. I know if it was me, he always was trying to please me all the time and stuff like that. So I try to best to mostly. I think I do get more oral sex than actual sex. But then I feel like these couple of days, it's been different. I've been more at the other side since I'm not in my period right now. But when I'm in my period, obviously, it's just like off limits for me, because I'm not really bleeding. I'm bleeding more than usual. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel all gross about it and stuff like that. And that's the only times that we don't really be having sex. But when I'm off of it, it's a good time.
Man, I only had one partner that would fuck me while I was on my rag. One.
Really?
That like it's not like, so like my current partner like wouldn't, like by you know, like preference, right? But it's happened. It's not like that. Like I've only had one partner that was like, I don't care if you're on your rag, plus you would eat my pussy too. I was like, damn, okay. But
Right?
there was reasons why that didn't work, and yeah, of course. So anyways, long story short, do you guys have sex while you're menstruating? Menstruating, is that the word? Menstruating.
Yeah, that's the word.
I feel like, honestly, since my husband isn't like I'm not gonna say religious, because we don't go to church, but we have been reading our Bible and stuff like that. He's more as like, that's just unclean, like to do, you know. So he's not really like all over me when that happens. Like he's understanding about it, and he knows like I'm just sometimes being a bitch around those times. Like when I'm in my period, I'm not gonna be the nicest, but I'm always like so to myself, because I feel so grossed out. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I smell all the time. I feel like my everything just doesn't seem like right to be around. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like he is more like understanding and being helpful to make me feel better, because it'd be hell like being on the rag. You know what I'm saying? But
you know what? I love that. What is your take on that, Queen?
My take on that is, listen, I am 49 years of age, and therefore that rings that I am an experienced woman. Yeah, Therefore, it has happened. It's not preferable, but it has happened. Things, you know, people may be tipsy, people are in their feelings, and yes, we go all the way through. You know what I mean? But it's definitely not preferred. It's definitely not preferred, but
So like,
grown about it happens.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you
gotta
gotta and if you handle it, it's like it needs to be handled regardless of what's going on.
I hear
you. Like it only happens mostly like when I'm about to start, and then we start noticing I'm about to start my period. You know what I'm saying? It's never happened like while I'm on it, because honestly, I feel like me and him are just both grossed out, like not as like a childish way, but it's just like it doesn't feel right at that moment. You know what I'm saying? Compare like when you're not on your period, it's better to be more wet as like your own cum than period and cum and all that.
I get you. Sometimes that shit don't matter.
You know what? It's exactly. But you know what I love about this space that we create with whomever we're speaking with? There's going to be different perceptions. And I have totally embraced myself. And I'm going to share something with y'all. When it comes to period blood, I even have considered like collecting it.
I heard
there are rituals. No, hold up before y'all crucify a girl. Hold up. There are rituals in which, like cultural rituals, you know what I mean? This is just something that I innately felt. And I had seen something online in that some people will, or some queens will put it back into the earth. We'll either put it on their, they'll put it on their face. It's been said to give very great properties in terms of rejuvenation, skin rejuvenation. No, really, I'm not making this up, y'all. So I even was like, man, if I ever grow some herb, I don't know if I'd put like maybe that. I don't know if I'm ready for that. I need to feel more connected to doing that. But I would put like my squirt or, you know, my juices up in the plant. And that would be a way of me, you know, being connected to that plant. And then when I would be smoking it, and whomever I choose to smoke it with me, I'm hoping to have some sort of different euphoric experience. So in that regard, like I can get like a spiritual aspect of it, and I'm just not personally just grossed out by that. I don't like the funky smell. You know what I'm saying? And so that does. So I'm like, okay, if I collect it and then I put it to use in some fashion, you know what I mean? Really. And even if I do make a face mask of myself, I'll try it. So I'll let y'all know it when I do it though.
Yeah. You do that, because girl, I ain't fucking with you. I ain't fucking with you.
I mean, I don't know about mask, because I just be so grossed out about the smell and
exactly. Because that alone, that's one of the main things that bothers me is the smell. Yeah. So I'm just like, nah, player, no.
I wouldn't mind putting it on like herbs and stuff like that to make it to see if I feel like we should definitely try something like on plants to see what will happen to the plant. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I have tried putting piss on plants, and they actually have flourished. I literally have like bees going to these plants and collecting what they gotta collect and stuff. And I was so surprised because my husband was like, well, you wouldn't put piss like on plants and they wouldn't grow. And I'm like, how much you want to bet? Depends what you eat and drink, they will flourish. But if you're eating bad and not taking care of your body, they're not gonna flourish. That's so whatever we eat and drink, until we flourish or we go down. You
I mean, isn't manure used for like growing purposes for other shit in the first place? So what the fuck? Why not?
Right?
It's interesting conversation. I love this so much. How easy is it to purchase weed where you're at?
Exactly.
right now, obviously you have to hit up a plug, and she's the type to like deliver halfway, because right now where I'm living at, it's in a place that's like really, really big. I'm not really like in Miami or Orlando. I'm like in a place called Ocala. I don't know if you guys heard about Ocala, but it's like kind of in the center of Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
stuff, and they told me right now a gram is going about $15, but in Oklahoma it's about $5 a day. So I'm wanting to go back over there because it's so much cheaper, and it's not as easy as like just going to the dispensary and just getting some weed. You know what I'm saying? Over there in Oklahoma, it's really easy to just get weed and to get your med card, because you still kind of need a med card and stuff, but it's just $25 to get a doctor's recommendation. Compare here, it's like $250. And that's if the doctor lets you get it. That's just an appointment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Wow.
it's kind of harder. It's kind of, I gotta either like save a lot of my weed whenever I do get some, compared to Oklahoma, when I can just, like how you guys said, just go to the dispensary and just go get some and whatever I want to get. You know, here it's just like I either have options of like this strain or the other strain. You know what I'm saying? It's like in that difficulty level.
Interesting.
Florida, which sucks because, you know, everybody comes here to Florida. Imagine like having Florida weed, it would be banging over here if it was legal and everything like that.
Yeah, I feel you, because you know New York just became legal, and so the weed comes from the smoke shops now. But the funky shit is that, you know what I'm saying, because I used to live in Seattle, you don't know that, but I used to live in Seattle, so I remember and got, you know, spoiled in buying weed from the dispensaries, you know what I'm saying, where the weed has a name, a date, it was born,
yeah, that's so much better. You know more about it.
Yeah, exactly. Here you buy weed, and it's like you just gotta you just gotta figure it out when you look in it and see what it look like. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, it's like, because the dude that's selling it to you, he don't know what the fuck he's selling it.
I know, like the
he
plug,
just selling
be like,
some shit and just like, yeah.
And they're like, I don't know, it's papaya. That's all I know. And I'm
exactly.
Just like,
no, they don't know nothing about indica and sativa. Nah, he just know it's in a bag, and he charging you $35 for it. That's all.
Yeah.
Basically.
It's just this shit infuriates me. Like, it's funny, yes, because it's so true and it's like fucked up, but it's so infuriating because it's like, man, yo, like, people shouldn't have to feel criminalized. I think that's the point I'm trying to make. Why the fuck are people that live in a few states over feeling criminalized for the same shit that other motherfuckers are doing? Exactly. I ended up in Seattle because at the time I had few options, and I had a sister out here who helped me get on my feet. Thankfully, I met people like Kai, and I built a family and a, you know, thing for myself, and I got my shit back. As you know, if anyone feels right now that you down for whatever reason, man, you're gonna get back up, and it's gonna get better. Just get back up. Because I've been down to, I won't even go into detail. I'm sure you guys have felt the same in your own journeys, where it's like, damn, there's like very little hope. Yes, there's always going to be hope, but it's like you can't really see it at the time. But my whole point in saying that is, like, I ended up very blessed to be in a place where, yeah, I can buy weed like that. But man, don't make me go and visit my family members over here outside, you know, in like Texas or wherever else that I have family, even when I want to go to New York to visit my peoples out there. Like, why? It's going to be a bitch if you don't have a plug. You know what I mean? And then that's why we're so big on teaming up with the OR Project. I'm saying it again because people need to expunge. You need to expunge all this shit. Get rid of everybody's charges right now. When places in like Seattle, Washington, and Los Angeles, California, specifically, you can just walk your ass in with as long as you're 21, Walk your ass in with your ID, get as much, no, not get as much weed as you want. They got a cap on that shit too. But then, you know, and then there's a whole nother slew of the shit that we have to go through out here too. I'm gonna say it. Taxes are fucking ridiculous on this shit.
Right? Yo,
there's no reason
to be legal all over the place. We just needs to be legal all over the place. That's the name of the game. You know what I mean? And it needs to be legalized and it needs to be fair all over the place. Now, ladies, all right.
Yes, queen.
Back in the building. You know, our usual technical difficulties always show the fuck up.
Man.
Oh, fuckery.
Thank you so much.
You know what I mean? But yes, you know, I'm always prepared for the fuck shit. Yes, I'm always prepared. But yes. But yeah, Leslie, yo, on some real shit, yo, honestly, I want to tell you thank you, not only because you answered the ad and you've been, you know what I'm saying, you've been dead ass putting us on some real shit, definitely hitting, you know what I'm saying, hitting your foot on the promo shit, keeping it out on a every week basis, you know what I'm saying, whether even when we don't ask you, you definitely be putting it in, so we thank you, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
if we could, you know what I mean, the goal of this shit is to rise all the way to the top. Again, we walk in our $1 million year. So in our $1 million year, we trying to, you know what I mean? We trying to make this bigger than it is now. And of course, when it's bigger and you're still riding with us, of course, we're gonna spread the wealth as we always should. You know what I mean? But but we thank you for just coming in through just based on the, you know, startup level that we at now, and just, you know, riding with us for the time that you've been riding with us. We definitely appreciate your movement. You know what I mean?
Thank you. I like that you guys are so appreciative about it, because working at 9 to 5, they don't appreciate shit when you be doing the most.
Indeed.
Well, you know, Kai is actually a phenomenal businesswoman. She's a writer. She's been writing for years. She, you know, I'm sure you already know. And then I'm in business too, and we do, you know, we work, and we know exactly what you're talking about, because we even have 9 to 5s, because that's just another bag as far as we're concerned.
Yeah.
So, no, we always are gonna know, you know, what it's like to be in any role, and so we love that. You're the reason why we love doing this shit, because it's like, damn, you know what, people actually fuck with us. And I think I think that's the biggest compliment, regardless of the riches and stuff that are just gonna come anyway, because those are the laws of nature, and those are the natural order of things when work is exerted.
I feel like the genuine friendships that we're building up with this journey is what's gonna keep us going. Because if we don't have that, it's just gonna go down.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's definitely a genuine friendship here. It's definitely a safe space. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? And I actually want to holler at you on a side note, because of course I'm on Twitter heavy. First of all, you already know I'm on the promo shit heavy when it comes to our shit. So, you know what I'm saying? And I see your Twitter, you know what I mean? And you know, I see that sometimes you be tweeting about, you know, being a mother and just, you know, being, you know what I mean, the hardships that you might be going through. And I want you to know, you can definitely reach out to us when it comes to that, because Ruby is an experienced mother. She is responsible for at least 6 lives. You know what I'm saying? I myself am responsible for 3 lives. One of them is already grown, but the fact is that's my child, no matter how the fuck grown she get. You know what I'm saying? So we got experience on our back. We definitely can talk you through, you know, the first years, which is, you know what I mean, like you said, your baby's under 3, so you know what I'm saying, you haven't gotten to, you know, the whole, you know, you haven't gotten to the whole terrible 2s yet, and then, you know, and then this whole C19 experience that we have, and we got to turn around and explain it to the children. So, you know what I mean? Right. So if at any point in time you having a hard time, man, well, just reach out. Just feel free to reach out.
And also on a side note too, we have, Kai to me is more than a friend, because friends are dispensable, But what you become eventually, you form a sisterhood, a queenhood, where we understand, and only people who really are on the certain frequency, usually people that have to go through a lot of shit and supersede everything and keep the fuck going, are just going to understand. And there's some times where, as strong as I am, I'm calling Kai on the phone like, Queen, I don't know what to do. And that's okay. You feel me? Because, man, I could have 20 kids and still, I don't know what the fuck, sometimes you just don't know what the fuck to do. And you need that person that's going to not try to, make you feel good. That person just wants you to feel good. So that person's just going to lay on you some truth and some wise experience that is relatable. And then you're going to be thinking in your mind, your head's going to be turning, right? And that's what, is very, is very available to you too. Like, if you fuck with us, we fuck with you. Indeed. And whatever business venture that is important to you, let us know. We'll blast your shit too. It's about blasting each other, right? Hey, this is your business, because we're all different entities, but we have common goals, and that's to be celebrated. And so we thank you for rocking with us, real shit. And we thank you for your vulnerability, because you shared a lot today. And we love that. That right there is what we do. We're not over here trying to impress anybody or trying to half step on the conversation. No, we can talk about everything. We are sensitive, and that's why we ask everybody, hey, is there anything that you don't want to talk about? Because motherfuckers might. I don't know.
Right. And then the thing is also too, we want you to know, definitely, if you haven't, gathered from watching our videos and just, interacting with us, being that this is really the first time you've interacted with all of us, with both me and Ruby at the same time, one thing we want you to know, that this is a safe space, you know what I mean? Because we, I'm saying, nobody perfect, nobody ain't trying to be perfect. This is a space to talk about the fact that, yes, we are moms. We, we're taking care of our kids. We're doing our best. Sometimes we fuck up, but when we realize our mistake and learn and keep it forward, you know what I mean? And yes, we obviously had sex in order to bring the children that are here. So conversating about sex, discussing any details about sex is really not, off the table, because that's how the children got here. That's how we got to the motherhood, and yes, that's
why we happy.
And yes, and weed keeps us sane. Weed allows us to tell to keep the fridge full. You know what I'm saying? Keep the children dressed nice and looking good. Take care of them, discipline them when they need to. And then when you got your space, this is one of the things that is part of your self-care. It's part of your meditation, part of your, getting back to you. Because in my smoking weed, you know what I mean? It helps me to decide what I need to be working on, what I could be, you know what I'm saying? Because I get ideas. I, you know what I'm saying? I handle my business. I you know what I mean? I delegate. There's a whole bunch of chicks running around in this head right here, and everybody got a job. You know what I mean? And sometimes when we sitting down, when we getting high, we sit down and conversate. We be like, yo, you know you need some, because you need to get some construction paper, because your child got a little thing that she got to do, and you gotta, you gotta help us, so you gotta make sure get the construction paper. You know what I mean? And that's when those are the things that help me. You know what I mean? So so we have this space for you to discuss that. So yes, we absolutely want you to know that this space is available for you too.
Absolutely.
Awesome. I love it all. I love how blunt we are, you know what I'm saying? I love how blunt you guys are too, because not a lot of people like knowing the truth about the real shit. You know what I'm talking about? Like, real shit, we'd be making us better people too, I feel like. That's how I be smoking. I feel like in a spiritual sense, I get more closer to what I need to get closer to when I'm compared to when I'm sober. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when I'm on my sober side, it's always on the sad side compared to when I'm high. You be like, you didn't even know what you were sad about. Like, you just be vibing, listening to that music, reading your whatever you gotta read, and then you see all this motivational shit, it be having you up. Compared when you're sober, you're just like reading it like, okay, whatever, past scroll that. It's definitely a different level. Definitely.
Absolutely. And there's nothing wrong with it. Thank God for it. I will always be an advocate for marijuana, whether I'm smoking it, eating it, putting it on my tongue, or rubbing some lotion. Because the fact of the matter is, the cannabis industry, or the hemp industry even, could take out a lot of other industries, such as the textile industry. You can make food from it. You can even make milk and shit. Like, I don't have to tell y'all know what it is.
Exactly.
And so because it's such a money situation, that's why people are unfortunately not reaping all of the benefits when it comes to, you know what I mean? There's so many different things, but we thank you for rocking with us again, man.
Absolutely. This has been a great conversation, you know what I mean?
Can you do me a favor?
And of course, you know what I mean? Of course, we appreciate all the promo you've been doing, and we want you to keep up and keep rocking with us. And we can't wait to talk to your aunt next week, because of course, we're going to get in that magazine next week. Yes, we is.
Yes, we is, definitely. And we'd love to hear what she has to say. And can we do the Motherhood Sex Marijuana in the building together?
Oh, hell yeah. Let's all do one at the same time. So all right, 3, 2, 1. Motherhood Sex Marijuana in the building.
Hey!
Shit. All right, ladies.
All right. Thank you so much.
Have a good rest of your guys' day, and keep getting high, keep getting blessed.
Okay, you too, honey. You stay blessed, honey.